Terrence Howard has reignited Hollywood conversations with one shocking interview, and now Katt Williams is stepping in to support him. This is not just two celebrities venting. This feels like a coordinated effort to expose one of the entertainment industry's darkest hidden patterns. At the center of it all is Diddy. With Diddy already facing federal charges for sex trafficking and racketeering, this new revelation adds another level of pressure. Y'all, there's a lot of terror to unpack here, so let's get this moving. It started with Terrence Howard's explosive interview on the PBD podcast. He said Diddy repeatedly invited him over, supposedly to work on acting. Terrence went over expecting a session, but instead of practicing lines, Diddy would just sit and stare at him. Even when Terrence played music, Diddy just kept looking at him without saying anything. It was awkward. Eventually, Terrence said his assistant pulled him aside and told him directly, "I think he's trying to sleep with you."
So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to you.
After that, Terrence said he cut off all communication. But in that interview, he didn't just stop with Diddy. He spoke about a larger issue, the way some people in Hollywood pressure black men to give up their man card to climb the ladder. According to Terrence, refusing to go along has cost him real roles and business deals. "I don't bend over in that way," he said. "I don't kiss men. I don't do that stuff."
And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
If you are a fan, you would know Katt Williams has been calling this out for years. Long before Terrence went public, Katt was already warning people about what happens behind closed doors. He told Fat Joe that Diddy once invited him to dinner, and Katt turned him down right away. Then during his Club Shay Shay interview, Katt said he had turned down multiple $50 million offers because they involved compromising his values.
I'm gonna turn down $50 million. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party.
At the moment, Terrence and Katt are some of the first major entertainers to speak. Gladly, Howard openly said that Diddy tried to sleep with him. He didn't use code or hint, he said it plainly. That alone changes the tone of Diddy's already serious legal troubles. If Terrence is stepping forward now, others might be thinking about doing the same. And it doesn't end there. As you might have suspected, there is old tension between Diddy and Terrence, and it's starting to resurface. Back in 2014, Diddy reportedly pulled his son Quincy from the show Empire, which starred Terrence. After learning Quincy would have to sign over music rights, Diddy allegedly went as far as calling Fox executives and demanding they change the contracts. They refused, so Quincy didn't appear on the show. Now, some are questioning if there was more to that decision than business. That moment also says a lot about how Diddy operates behind the scenes. Some believe he has a pattern of manipulating his professional circle and his family to maintain control. If he was willing to block Quincy's career for something as small as a music clause, it adds context to the accusations of manipulation, coercion, and abuse now piling up against him. And now, with new allegations tied to Christian Combs, people are beginning to take a closer look at what role the next generation might have played in Diddy's inner circle. A lawsuit filed against both Diddy and Christian accuses the younger Combs of SA aboard a yacht party organized by Diddy himself. The trip, described as a family excursion, allegedly turned into something entirely different, a space full of intoxication, coercion, and blurred boundaries.
Tonight, more accusations against Sean Diddy Combs, and now one of his sons. A new 31-page lawsuit filed on Thursday details a trip in 2022 where the plaintiff alleges she was working as a stewardess aboard a yacht owned by Combs when his son, Christian, drugged and sexually assaulted her. The lawsuit alleges that an audio recording made during the night in question is evidence of the woman denying his advances as he gropes her.
It was during this yacht event that Christian was accused of lacing drinks, groping a crew member, and attempting to force himself on her. Audio from that night, allegedly captured by producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones, is being cited as evidence. The woman claims she tried to report the incident but was met with disbelief and retaliation. The pattern of silence, fear, and intimidation, now described in this lawsuit, echoes many of the claims Diddy is already facing. Though Christian Combs has not been charged with a crime, his name appearing alongside his father's in a civil lawsuit alleging coordinated misconduct raises uncomfortable questions. The yacht was Diddy's, the party was Diddy's, and the people involved, from the alleged victim to the producers and assistants, all operated within Diddy's orbit. If these claims are true, it raises the possibility that learned behavior, privilege, and unchecked power may have extended beyond Diddy himself. It's impossible to ignore how much influence Diddy had on his children's lives and careers. Christian Combs has followed closely in his father's footsteps, from fashion to music, and even the kinds of parties he attends. When someone grows up around this level of access, power, and entitlement, it's fair to wonder whether the behaviors now coming to light were normalized long before they escalated into criminal allegations. Again, nothing has been proven, but the optics are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Meanwhile, Terrence said Diddy was not the only one who made advances. He described situations with other producers and claimed he had to threaten to defend himself when they crossed the line. He also said that saying no has cost him real opportunities. According to Terrence, his exit from Iron Man 2 wasn't about money. It was because he wouldn't play the game. He believes that game includes compromising your identity to fit into Hollywood.
It's like, oh, okay, now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back.
This ties directly to what many believe is a long-standing Hollywood tactic: forced compliance by controlling career access. Terrence being labeled difficult to work with wasn't just about personality, it was about refusal. When someone doesn't conform, the system finds ways to quietly punish them, often by locking them out of major opportunities. Nobody has better credibility in this trial than Katt Williams, who has echoed Hollywood misconduct for years. He has talked about how actors are pressured into wearing dresses, acting feminine, or stepping into roles that don't align with who they are. He even called out Kevin Hart and Martin Lawrence, saying once you do it, your path to success is guaranteed, but your independence is gone.
Because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Madea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
This connects to something even deeper: the consistent effort to reshape how black masculinity is portrayed in Hollywood. For decades, black men have been asked to either soften their image or make it more comedic. Strength, seriousness, and emotional depth are often reserved for white male leads. This double standard pushes many minority actors to either conform or stay sidelined.
I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why they be putting us in these dresses?
Sadly, this goes on. Terrence spoke on this too. He said, "My daddy taught me never take the vertebrae out of your back or the base out of your throat. I ain't raising sheep, I raised men." He added, "Being a man comes with a curse, because it's not a society made for men to flourish anymore. Everything is androgynous. The more successful men now are the effeminate." That's not just a personal take. It's a direct criticism of what both he and Katt say is a system designed to weaken strong black male figures in the industry. While some call it conspiracy, more people are starting to see a pattern. They're remembering Dave Chappelle's story about being pressured to wear a dress. They're thinking about Brandon T. Jackson's regret after playing roles that he later felt disrespected him. All these stories are adding up.
Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer, I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
There's another factor that makes this moment so critical: timing. Diddy's criminal trial is less than a month away. He's currently in jail and facing serious charges related to trafficking, coercion, and violence. Prosecutors say he used drugs, fame, and pressure to control people and force them into disturbing situations. Victims say they were manipulated, assaulted, and threatened. In a shocking twist, federal documents suggest that Diddy's legal team is trying to delay the trial. But the judge overseeing the case has been clear: this train is not slowing down. And right as that legal clock ticks down, Terrence drops a bombshell interview, Katt co-signs it, and rumors of a tell-all podcast grow louder. Prosecutors believe Diddy built a network around him to maintain secrecy. They say he paid off blogs, coerced silence through intimidation, and rewarded those who helped him protect his image. That's why his alleged victims weren't just isolated. They were surrounded by handlers, assistants, and industry people who made everything look normal. Meanwhile, Katt Williams is watching it all unfold, and he says he's ready to expose even more. He's been speaking for years about an elite class in Hollywood that protects itself at all costs. He calls them gatekeepers. Now that people are finally listening, he's not holding back.
Is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
There's something powerful about Terrence and Katt teaming up. They're not just two entertainers, they're cultural whistleblowers. They've both sacrificed career momentum by speaking their truth. And if they continue on this path, they could force a real shift in how Hollywood operates. Unsurprisingly, fans are already rallying behind the idea. On social media, the excitement is growing. People want transparency, they want accountability, they're tired of watching powerful people avoid consequences, and Terrence and Katt might be the duo that finally gets the ball rolling. This isn't a trend, this is the start of something much bigger. Diddy's trial may be the focal point right now, but the real story is the shift in silence. For too long, these kids, men and women were mocked, discredited, or ignored. Now their voices are being heard, and it's changing everything. One person on social media summed up the mood perfectly. Katt deserves a standing ovation for speaking facts. That kind of recognition has been a long time coming. Another comment added, Katt Williams needs public apologies from a lot of people who slammed him after this interview. He was 1000% right. The public might finally be catching up to what Katt and Terrence have been trying to tell us for years. Diddy's story isn't finished yet, so hit the like button and stay tuned. This is just getting started.